Alright, so you clicked on this video here because you're interested in the PlayStation Portal. Well, I'm here to tell you that all of the people out there that are saying that the PlayStation Portal is not worth it, it's a waste of money, it's PlayStation 3 tech, listen, you're all wrong and you're missing the whole point of this system as well as the benefits of owning one if you guys are PlayStation owners. So in this video right here, man, I'm going to be breaking down why I personally feel that the PlayStation Portal is necessary and why Sony PlayStation decided to finally release this product to us PlayStation owners. So let's go ahead and break it down. Alright, so for starters here, I just want to put this out here. I'm only talking to my PlayStation owners or soon to be PlayStation owners. If you guys are Xbox gang, then listen, this convo here ain't for you to even weigh in on. I still got love for my Xbox gang out there because look, I got an Xbox Series S in the cut too. So for starters, the PlayStation Remote Play is not new by any means. Like, it was tech that did come out when the PlayStation 3 was out. So you guys already know, like, that's just been some years in the making. A lot of people out there that are claiming that this is a waste of money and why did Sony even come out with this? Here's why. Like, all of us PlayStation gamers out there, we all know that PlayStation Remote Play, when you guys play it on either a smartphone, whether it's an Apple or an Android device, it's not the greatest experience. And then when you play it on something like a tablet, say you got an iPad or a Galaxy Tab S8 or S9 Ultra, still not the best experience. Even if you got a PC or a Mac, it's still not the greatest experience on there either. See, when using Remote Play on all of these other devices that I just mentioned, and yes, I've tried and played it on each one of these devices and types that I mentioned, and I've always had literally the exact same experience of having to either compromise on visual quality, slight game lag, or control setup, and just other issues that I've faced in the past. What I'm trying to say is, even though PlayStation Remote Play is an app that is able to be downloaded and used on these devices, the devices themselves were really never designed and created to handle such high quality gaming, computing, and setup like that, right? So think about it. Your PlayStation has to have a good connection. Then on top of that, the device that you guys are connecting it to, whether it's a smartphone or a tablet or a PC or a Mac, has to also have that same good connection to it. And then on top of that, you're passing that connection from the console in itself that you guys see here behind me, and then to the actual device or the smartphone that you guys are using. See, there's a whole lot of interference that could pass in between that, which tends to cause a lot of issues, all because those devices were never designed for that purpose. Yes, they can run it, I get that, but again, it wasn't created for that purpose. So Sony said, you know what, let's go ahead and create a handheld extension that is actually made for PS Remote Play. So that way PlayStation users like myself can finally utilize this dope feature without having to compromise on any of the issues that we've had in the past with PlayStation Remote Play, because those devices, again, wasn't meant for it. For example, no other device right now that is currently using and running PS Remote Play can actually wake up your PS5 or your PS4 all by just picking up the device and turning it on, which to me, I feel like with this PlayStation Portal is a clutch feature, because me personally, I hate having to come in here all the time, turn on my PS5, then I'm able to go out and just be able to play using my Remote Play in another room. But with the PlayStation Portal, I ain't got to do that no more. I can literally just pick it up, turn it on wherever I'm at, and it's going to power on my PlayStation in here. Now, another dope thing that I like about the PlayStation Portal is the fact that they legit chopped a DualSense, let me grab it. They legit chopped a DualSense controller in half and still able to give us all of the dope features that is already on this goated controller here, because we can all agree that the DualSense controller, as well as the DualSense Edge controller, is literally the GOAT out here. And if you don't believe me, and you got another controller that you feel can beat this one, then I'll wait. Go ahead and post it down in the comments. So to me, the fact that we don't have to worry about grabbing a secondary screen, then having to grab a controller, and it's just all there in one body, to me, I feel like it's more natural, because you're already used to using a controller like this versus like those on-screen virtual buttons that you have to use on a smartphone that are not actually the PlayStation ones, and then they just throw off your entire gameplay and style. Like, for example, when I'm playing Call of Duty Warzone, I need my PS5 controller or the Xbox One, because look, I can get busy on that Xbox One too. But anything else, to me, I just feel like it don't work for me. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like there are some things that they didn't give us with this that I would have liked. For example, let's say I wish they would have given us a higher resolution display, like a 1440p OLED display versus a 1080p LCD display, because as you guys know, Sony makes some of the best TVs and displays in the game, so I feel like they could have given us that on the system. But either way, an 8-inch display at 1080p, 60 hertz, to me, I think is fine to deal with. Now, some of the other components that I appreciate with this system is the USB-C port for charging. You also get an audio headphone jack for gaming headphones of choice, which to me, I always use. Let me grab them here. I always use my Astro A40s here, which to me is just goated in my opinion as far as gaming headphones. And even when I'm gaming on something like my Sony A80L TV here that's behind me, I usually just plug this right here right into the controller, and then I'm able to chat with all of my friends or whatever whenever we getting busy in COD. So the fact that all of those features that I just talked about is literally carried over, and I'm able to take my PS5 literally with me anywhere and no longer have to be tied down to a certain room in the house, but yet I'm still able to get that same gaming experience without all of the issues that PlayStation Remote Play gave us on those other non-PlayStation built devices, like your smartphone, tablets, and all of that. Now, when it comes to connectivity, let's go ahead and talk about that for a second. Now, it does support Wi-Fi and PlayStation Link instead of Bluetooth. Now, I'll be the first one to admit it would have been nice for them to give us Bluetooth, but I do understand why they didn't, and we're gonna talk about that here in a second. Now, let's go ahead and start with Wi-Fi connectivity. I think one thing that you guys should know is that, yes, you can actually play this on your home network, as I'm pretty sure you guys already know that. But to me, the major selling point is the fact that you can play this on another Wi-Fi network as long as it's strong enough to be able to drive a good connection. And yes, you could do that with like your smartphone and all of that, but again, those systems aren't made for that. And so I'm expecting with this system here is that I'm gonna be able to have a clean connection without hardly any lag or anything like that, even though I'm not on my home network. So for example, let's say you guys are halfway across the world and you wanna get some Horizon Zero Dawn in, then all you gotta do is just connect it up to your hotel's Wi-Fi and you're just good to go. Next thing is when it comes to connectivity is applications. So let's talk about that. So no, there are no basic applications that you guys can download on this thing like Netflix or anything like that, like you can with the Asus ROG Ally that I talked about here on the channel, which to me, I'll be 100% honest with you guys, was the one thing that I did not like about the Asus ROG Ally was the fact that although it was aimed at gamers for being a handheld gaming device, it still felt too much like a PC versus a dedicated gaming device. And to me, it is not the most intuitive device for a person who may not actually be a PC person. You just might be a person who just like the game and just want to pick something up and just play it. And this is coming from a person who has been a Nintendo Switch user since inception. And what I love about that gaming system was the main focus was being put on a gaming device and not a PC and media device. And see, to me, with this PlayStation Portal, with it being the focus, being gaming and just a full extension of your PlayStation console, to me is a major W. It makes it just easier for people who just want to pick up their system and get it cracking and not have to download Windows updates or third-party applications just to be able to download the games again that you guys want to play. Now, the next thing, let's go ahead and dive a little deeper into this whole PlayStation Link thing, because this is something that is new that PlayStation is bringing to their consoles for a couple reasons. So if you guys don't know, PlayStation is also coming out with their brand new line of Gaming Pulse Explorer wireless earbuds, as well as their PlayStation Pulse Elite headphones. So how this actually works is you're gonna have this whole dongle piece here that they're gonna give you, and then from there you're gonna plug that right into your PlayStation. And then once it's in your PlayStation, the earbuds as well as the Plus Elite headphones can connect to that in order for you guys to be able to use the handheld portable device. Now, I know a lot of people is like, well, why can't I just Bluetooth these right into the system? And I get that. But what you guys have to understand is Sony is trying to create their own ecosystem of products that are specific to their gaming consoles. And before all of you guys get bent out of shape over it, it's no different than what Samsung did with the Galaxy Watch. They legit pulled it from Apple being able to actually use it, forcing you guys to actually have to get an Android device in order for you guys to use the Galaxy Watch. Or when you guys are using Apple products, there are only certain features that you can actually get if you use an Apple device. See, what you guys need to understand is most of these companies today are all about building out their ecosystem of products that are made and designed specifically for the use cases of their products. And I get it. Just look at how successful Apple has been over their course of years as far as their ecosystem. It literally is the center of their success. So I'm personally not shocked by this or upset that Sony is actually making this move, because if you guys are already a PlayStation owner, and again, Hold on, I done started up a game. So if you guys are already a PlayStation owner, then I'm just not understanding why this even bothers you, because you're already baked into the Sony PlayStation ecosystem anyway. So to me, I'm with it, and I honestly am really hyped to be able to check out PlayStation's new earbuds, because I think this is a product that I've personally been waiting for from Sony to actually come out with, and honestly, it's finally here. And yes, you guys can expect to get some video coverage around this whole entire ecosystem that Sony is building out, and you know, we going in, baby. Now, another thing that I want to touch on, and that is something that I feel is the real reason for this product, and that is PlayStation wants users to go in on all digital games and actually get rid of the physical disc. Now, the reason why I say this is because if you guys have the disc PlayStation console, then to play a specific game that you guys want to be able to play on that PlayStation Portal, you will still have to physically get up and put the disc in here into your console that you guys want to play first before you're actually able to play it on the PlayStation Remote Play. But if you guys are like me and you got the digital console version, then from there, it's just stored locally on your machine, and it's simple as just turning it on, scrolling over to that game that you guys want to play, boot the game up, and then you're good to go. So to me, this is a major play that I feel that Sony is really pushing with a handheld console like this, because this shows the power of really having and using digital games from a consumer standpoint versus still like using physical discs. Again, you got to look at it like this, right? The gaming industry will profit more because they no longer have to worry about the cost of a physical disc in production, increasing their overall margins, because they can still charge us digital gamers the same $60 or $70 for a game, just like it was with the physical disc. And if you ask me, and I gotta be 100% honest here, yes, that is still a ripoff for us digital gamers, because it should not cost us the same as a physical disc version, since there is not a physical disc anymore, or a cover for that matter. Like, it should literally just cost at least $10 to $15 off of that normal $60 to $70 price point. But to me, this is the real major play with coming out with a handheld console like this, which is to show the convenience of digital games versus physical disc games, while still increasing profits for Sony PlayStation. Now, one thing that I want to touch on that Sony has not given me or any type of information around, and that is the battery life of all of these products here. But I'm assuming it's going to be on par with something like the Asus ROG Ally, as well as the Steam Deck when it comes to the battery life. I personally, though, I just hope that it's not the same battery life that, you know, we get on this DualSense Edge controller, because let me tell you, this is definitely one of my pain points with this controller. If you guys want to know some more thoughts that I did on this controller here, you can check out that video. That's right up here. Now, another thing that I feel like nobody's really talking about, and I feel like is a huge selling point to this, is now I can actually stream out from this PlayStation Portal using the USB port that's on the bottom of this controller, and I can plug it right into a monitor or something like that, and then run it through OBS. And now I got a full gaming setup here, all using this without having to actually drag along my entire PlayStation and sit it up on my desk, because y'all already know the PlayStation 5 is... that bad boy is a big boy. So in the end, right, who is this product for, and why would you even buy it in the first place? Listen, yes, this is a $200 remote play system to be able to play all of your games on that are on your PlayStation consoles, and I get that. But let's say, for example, your significant other or kids want to actually use a TV to watch their favorite TV shows, but you just got a call from your boys or a text from the crew, and it's time to link up and get into some Warzone. Well, this is a system that you guys don't have to now sacrifice that TV time for ever again, and everyone now in the house is happy because you can get your gaming in and they can get their favorite shows in. Now, is it perfect? I'm sure there's probably going to be some things that I would like to see as far as improvements on it when I actually get one here in the house, and I'm still working on that. So Sony, if you're watching this video, hook your boy up with one, man. Give me that early access. Fly me out to the headquarters to get some hands-on time with it. Let's go ahead and book the plane ticket and hotel. Let's go. But for real, man, I think this is a dope device where I can actually have a dedicated handheld console that is strictly for my PlayStation Remote Play access without having to actually tie up my smartphone, my tablet, my laptop, my PC, which to me is a huge W in my book. But let me know, did you guys find this video helpful? Did it clear up some confusion for you, some doubt about this product? Are you now more clear on if you guys want to buy it or not? I just feel like people who are not even PlayStation owners or users are down in this product when they not even in the club. Like, you can't even dance to the music. You standing outside the club still trying to get in. And I said this here in the beginning, and I'll say it again here. If you are not a PlayStation owner or a gamer, then your opinion on this console is honestly just null and void, and you shouldn't even be commenting on family matters. Like, this is a family matter. No outside opinions needed. That's all I gotta say. We out.